Alright, hello. Today on this podcast, it is just me. I have nobody that lives with me or anything, so it's just me today. And always. I'm going to be talking about, on this podcast is called Eye Surgery. Little hint at iRobot. I thought it was kind of clever. Got a little cold or allergies. So today we're just kind of going to dig in here, dig deep into robotics in surgery, and the future of surgery. If you know me, I'm a big Sci Fi nerd. And, I'm reading this article right here from the National Library of Medicine about robotic instrumentation, evolution, and microsurgical applications. And like I said, I love sci-fi. So anything that's futuristic sounding or kind of cool, I really dig my claws into that. So Isaac Asimov, he wrote the book, one of the books, Foundation. I don't know if you're aware of that. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But he used the word robotics in a short story, Runaround, in 1942. So that's when the word started. One of the first robots he wrote about was a robotherapist. That's cool. Now, I did put in my title, will surgeons end up just being operators instead of being hands-on doing surgery? And kind of wondering how that would look. What would that be like? So like I said, science fiction. So in the future, would it just be, the surgeon will still of course diagnose or perform the operation. Everything will still be in their hands, but with the help of robotics and operating it. There's a video so I got surgery a couple years ago, and it was laparoscopic, which uses the robotic arms, and you could say it's kind of easier because I got the slits in my abdomen and filled up with gas, and they went in there and took it out, and it was pretty simple, and I got to go home the same day. Imagine in the future how maybe there's more surgeries that we could do same day or just quicker and easier. And then too, I don't want to say human error because we're still, human is still operating and using it, So, but I'm sure everybody's standing in the room. You would do people in the room still, even with laparoscopic, you do. Just think about if there's a mistake or someone drops something. The robot can still drop something, but humans can make things harder than they should be, right? Let's see. There's a robotic device for transurethral resection of the prostate. Never heard of that. That looks crazy. There's the Artemis robotic system for minimally invasive surgery. See, I think we see that a lot. The little hands or things that sit on top. Whew. There's a Zeus robotic system. It has hands and roll it in. I don't like this, but it says master-slave device. I don't know why they would call it that. I don't like that. Whew. Let's see. In this, this podcast, I'm just I'm not an expert. I'm learning stuff every day. Obviously, I'm learning to be a sterile processing tech. And I'm hoping to get started with that. I'm going to graduate in August, and, even this changes things like sterile processing, if robotic, because of course there's ends with disposable parts, but you got to learn how to clean these machines, and there's a lot of end curves, ends, crevices that you got to get in and clean And they got to learn how to do that. And that's a big thing right now they're talking about is how to repurpose, sterilize, or to clean these machines in a safe way. It's really safe for the patient that we could use again. So, it's cost efficient if you could repurpose them. But currently, let's see, the Da Vinci robotic system is used, and I think it's one of the things they used. Let's see. This looks like what they used for the laparoscopic for my gallbladder, which I didn't mention that earlier. It was a gallbladder surgery. If anybody was wondering. Groups are developed. Confirmed. Let's see, there's an impact. Demanding procedure. Okay, scratch that out. Let's see. See, this one's talking about in various areas of urology, it will continue to expand within urology, including microsurgery, a potential to grow. To understand how we deal with coming maelstrom of technological wonders, we could turn to history. And this is me quoting this article that I mentioned earlier. The further backwards you look, the further you see. The relevance of looking at foundation modern robotics to begin to understand technology and changes will affect all aspects of our civilization and not just the way we practice urology. So this report seems to be just focusing on urology. Yeah. But, which is a good start. I mean, there's other areas, obviously. I'm saying too much. Oh, lordy, but... So in the future, though, surgeons have to learn a lot. And so I'm assuming they'd have to... would you have to learn how to troubleshoot, a machine? Or, I guess if that's the thing, if that's the case, if they can't use the robot, they would have to go back to old-fashioned hands-on, which, of course, they'd be trained in that. But, if you have a generation of surgeons who never done it, maybe it's more dangerous the less they do it, which is scary. I don't want that. And then, maybe in there's schools in the future, they would have to have courses for certain surgeries and practice and pass that. Maybe you have to get certified on a robot to perform certain surgeries, like I mentioned, the Da Vinci and all those other ones earlier. Maybe you have to get a license, which they do have license to practice surgery, but I'm not even sure if they have to do that now. They have to get training. Let's find out. On robotic instruments, which I'm sure the answer is yes. Okay, the AI, Gemini, is telling me yes. But, Google just automatically puts the AI in there. But it says, surgeons must complete rigorous system-specific training and earn credentials to use robotic instrumentation. That there is no official universal board certification. Which maybe one day there will be. Maybe there will be. Maybe one day it will dominate. Maybe one day. I'm going to have a little sip of water here. You can hear I'm dying. Oh. Let's see. But too, if I was a surgeon, I feel like it's like playing a video game. Kind of like drone warfare, which obviously is the future of warfare. Obviously robotics are in the future. But it makes you wonder too, will it though? Because I feel like so many things are going backwards. What if we push so much forward with AI and whatnot that we end up just calming down on the development of robotics or artificial intelligence? Which, in the future, could you have AI assist in surgery? This is kind of crazy. I know I said I love science fiction. So, this is just a what if. Imagine, in this whole course, I've just thought about this. Like, this, there's just so much that's possible, And like, I love history too, so like anything can go any way. Like using a machine, a robot to perform surgery, and maybe the surgeon works with an AI. Like, I wonder if they even do that now. I'm sure some do, even though AI isn't reliable. And that's the thing, like, you can't rely on anything. So like, there's got to be some kind of like fail-safe or backup, which, like I said earlier, they probably still have to learn hands-on. Adapted. Let's see, robot-assisted surgery offers multiple advantages, including magnified 3D vision, improved manual dexterity, and improved access to deep cavities, and reduced surgeon fatigue. Well, that's a good one. That's another one. Like, I mean, I know surgeons will be in there for hours, and like they get to actually sit and look, and they can see things more and get to places easier. So, I mean, I don't see any downside, but I just think with the cost, like, yes, it makes it easier for the surgeons, it's easier for everybody. And we talked about sterile processing, having to do that, having to figure out ways to repurpose them, reuse them. I don't know if repurpose is the right word. So basically, I feel like I'm juggling a lot, but I just really wanted us to think about, like, and it's just me talking to myself. I just think about, like, I don't know, like, think about like the Air Force, or like how people train in the Army. Like, maybe certain practicers, surgeons will only not want to touch robots, and they can just do what they want, hands on, and use it when they really, really need to. But some people might want to get that easier way, like work smarter, not harder. In the future, will require a board, people who are certified on these robotics and the surgeries they can and cannot perform. I do think that is a possible future. That's really cool. Like, I think that's awesome. And you watch a lot of space stuff, and like sometimes robots are doing the surgery with no one there, but that's kind of fantasy. I don't know if we'll ever allow that to happen. I think we'll always want a human in there with us, some kind of comfort in that. But I think that's the way, it's a possible way. But with the way things are with healthcare, it's already expensive as it is. I mean, can we keep it cost effective? Countries in Europe, they're national healthcare services. Like, I guess would taxes go up? Like, if that was it, like, if that's all I worry about. That's all I think about, is the patient feeling safe and not being punished for being cured or worked on. It's just, let's see, guidelines, practices, surgical technologist. Yeah, what are the surgical technologists? Well, I think they sit in there and put the ends on, or the different parts when need be. But I've running out of time. Really, just the thesis of it all is, where surgeons need to be more of operators than a surgeon. Like, we have pilots who pilot planes and bomb or do surveillance, and now you have drone operators. You might still have surgeons, but maybe you have a surgeon robotic operator who will do all kinds of surgeries that they're certified on. And that is really cool. That's really cool. But like I said, I worry about the price. And I think the way everything's going with warfare, even I know this isn't a warfare course, but I feel like that kind of shows the sign of the times where we're heading, maybe, in the use of AI. Even on this course, like, using AI, I didn't know that was an option. And I used it for my resume. But I hope you wonder too. Like, you just sometimes I just daydream. Like, I wonder what the future holds, and that's really cool to think about. The boards, the training, still go to school and then 4 years, and then like once you get in the field, you have to get certified on each robotic to use could use it, and practice and like that's cool. And you can like while you're training for it, you have someone watch you while you operate in there. Someone could always be in there to make sure it's working. If it goes wrong, they're there to help, like an aide, or maybe it's two surgeons on one on the robot, one in there, and just in case. There's so many things. So what do you think? Like, what are your ideas of the future? What do you think's going to happen?